Hello, I'm going to call this the week of sleep maxing, and here is the experiment we're going to run all week, track my sleep data, and see if something, or a couple of things, can help my sleep. And it's all thanks to BLB Glasses Dubai, who kindly sent me over some bits and pieces. And we're going to start with some nose strips. So you've probably seen people wearing these either when they train or just day to day. I am specifically going to use them when I sleep to get more airflow and decrease the likelihood of any kind of not that I have sleep apnea, but any kind of sleep apnea type stuff where you're getting low blood oxygen while you sleep, which impairs your quality of sleep. So that's going to be part one, firing up the nose strips and seeing if they actually make a difference. And then the pièce de résistance. And I haven't opened these yet, so this is the first time checking these out. The case is beautiful. God damn. So, some proper blue light blocking glasses. Now, the thing with these is that I have a pair, but I don't think they're going to be the same standard as these. Let me show you the inside of the case, because this is really nice, actually. Proper presentation style case. Let's peep the warranty card. Cool. So they do a 14-day money back guarantee, which is really cool. But essentially you're looking at using these in the evening before sleep to basically reduce blue light from devices, and that should put you into a more parasympathetic state quickly. Let's get the actual glasses out, peep them. So my other blue light blocking glasses are clear lenses, which I'm sure are okay, but I suspect an orange or red lens actually will block the blue light better. So, and I've got to say, the cushioning around the glasses themselves is really nice, well built, and so all that foam around the edge is already, I can feel, is blocking out a lot of outside light. And what is really interesting is I have my mood light to set the tone for these videos as blue, and I'm not joking. I'm looking at the light now, and it's red coloured. So that's a lot of blue light blocking. Interesting, because I've never had that before. The blue light blockers I've had before, it's really weird. If I put them underneath the glasses, I can see full blue. Oh, that's really odd. The blue light blocking glasses I had before with clear lenses, yes, you still see the colour blue. It's just blocking that, blocking some of the blue light, I guess, whereas this is blocking the blue light fully. I'm really interested to see how this experiment cracks on. I think it's going to be really interesting, and with all that in mind, today I have some online updates to do. I'm not going to wear these now because it's daytime. I need to actually see the blue light, because at the end of the day you don't want to block all blue light all the time. We actually do need the blue light to set up our circadian rhythm and come awake. It's good to get some blue light, some natural light in the morning and through the day to bring you up to speed, but at night you certainly do want it blocked. So I will be wearing these every night this week except one, because tomorrow night I actually have a concert to go to. But every night this week I'll be wearing them, and we'll track my sleep data, see how it affects things, and we'll go from there. Alright, so night one, showered, in the robe. Let's do part one. Let's get the nasal strips on, see how they apply, see how the adhesive is. Get this open. Okay. So nice little resealable pouch, that's kind of a cool feature. So they come in a big roll, like that. So, tear one off, and just for future reference, I might just tear down the middle of one as well. So these are the black coloured ones, I believe. Actually, I don't see. Maybe, oh yeah, black coloured. So, take them out of the thing that looks like plaster. They are good and they feel very strong. So that is some good flex. So with that in mind, let's try and get the adhesive side off. Oh, again, more being me being rubbish than the product. Here we go. Bear in mind, I've also cleaned my face. Oh my god. Damn, that's really strong. The adhesive is really strong, and the amount it's pulling is crazy. Damn. Whoa, okay. We are really breathing. I'm not just saying that because the product is mine. I wonder if I've probably placed it a bit wrong. I could place it lower on my nose, I think. It's doing its job, don't get me wrong, I can feel it. Wow, really pulling everything open, but I can press it straight down. And then let's get the blue blockers on, and then on YouTube, still gonna watch some stuff on my laptop, but that certainly is a look. All right, I'm gonna have a cup of tea and relax. You catch me on night 3 of Sleep Maxing Week, and we're already set up and ready to go. Goddamn. Nights 1 and 2 were a big success. Night 1, slept very well. I got very tired very early. That's the first thing I'll report. Like, rather than being up and struggling to get sleepy, I got sleepy on the couch watching TV, which is unusual for me. And I slept really, really well, despite having to wake up at 5 a.m. Pretty happy with that. And then equally yesterday, I went to a concert. And despite getting to bed at about midnight, I actually slept completely for 8 hours. And that's when I got home. I just stuck these on and wore them for a little bit while I was winding down, and it seemed to have helped a little bit. So here we go, night 3. Let's get it done. I'm just going to relax a little bit more, have a cup of tea, and then go to bed. But so far, so good. We'll check the data at the end of the week. You join me on the 4th day, or after the 4th night of the sleep maxing experiment, and so far so good. Feel like I rested really well last night, so full like 7 hours 30 of sleep, which is pretty good going, and feel very, very fresh. I also feel like my energy upon wake is much better as well, which is like, again, I might be getting the same amount of time asleep that I did before in terms of raw hours, but a good way to measure how effective your sleep was, or a good way to think about it that morning, is how energetic, how restful do you feel upon wake, and that's definitely been a lot better. So that's a very interesting finding. Now, to be fair, it might just be one of those weeks, but considering I haven't been using any kind of blue light blocking glasses recently, and now I am, means that potentially they are improving, at least like how well I'm getting to sleep, and then also how, I guess, effective my sleep is once I'm there. So yeah, we got Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night to complete the experiment. Let's see how we go, and I'll check in with that. But for now, I'm going to finish my steps, and we get training. Welcome to the end of Sleep Maxing Week. So here we are, and the first week of the experimentation with the blue light blocking glasses and nose strips is done, and the results are kind of impressive. I am actually surprised myself, and again, said it in a couple of the other snippets of this video, but how much of that is placebo or nocebo, I don't know. But either way, the stats that have come out from it are very impressive. So I'm getting my steps now along the lovely Dubai Water Canal, and God, it's a bloody lovely day. And I feel very well rested, as to be expected considering the sleep I just had. But let me put this camera down and let's dig into the data, because it is very interesting indeed. But before we do that, let me give you the exact protocol I've been doing. So At about 7 p.m, just after the sun has set, every night I have put the blue light blocking glasses on, put one of those nose strips on, and I have worn those nose strips through the night as well. So I've worn them while I'm sleeping to, like, supposedly, or actually, increasing oxygen flow, and it should give you more restfulness, more sleep quality. May not necessarily impact it may not necessarily impact hours of sleep, but it will impact the quality of that sleep. So yeah, that has been the protocol, and the results are pretty fascinating. I have all my data on my phone here, so let's go through, and I'll put it up on the screen either side, obviously. Let's go through the week before. So what you'll see is, I mean, it starts off the week really, really bad. Probably I had a 5 a.m. alarm that day, but yeah, 39. And you can see not only are the hours of sleep really, really rough at 5 hours, but the sleep score is bad. Everything needs attention. REM sleep, how often I wake up in the night, how slow it takes me to get to sleep is really bad. 43, a little better than next night, but still achieving deep sleep. And the sleep latency, so the time it takes for me to get to sleep, is not good at all. And then a little bit of a better night, but still my actual sleep time and my sleep latency is still not great, and still my sleep. So one of the biggest factors of all these nights, although I'm getting some reasonable hours after the fact, my sleep scores are still in the 60s, and my biggest issue really is getting to sleep. So sleep latency, the time it takes from when you kind of turn the lights off to actually getting to sleep, seems to be a really big factor here. So tough ones on that. But when we go into this week, it's very, very interesting. Now, the hours of sleep are roughly the same. I'm getting about 7.5. I have one night where I have 9 hours. But if we look at this first night, for example, the sleep latency is completely solved, and that might be one of the reasons why I feel so much more energetic. That time it takes for you to get to sleep, you've probably all experienced this, where you're lagging and lying in bed awake, tossing and turning, you can't get to sleep. This is what's seemingly, judging by the data, being solved, because this is night one. Excellent restfulness, excellent sleep latency, with much better deep sleep and REM sleep. Again, sleep latency is still pretty good, and good REM and deep sleep. The next night, same, good across all fronts. So you can see, like, the quality of my sleep and the time it's taking me to get to sleep is much improved when using these two things. So I'm really impressed by that. This night, I mean, I got a lot of hours of sleep, technically not the best quality sleep, but a lot of hours. And then again, finishing the week with another just 7 hours of sleep, but really high quality. Got to sleep on time, super restful, and then deep sleep and REM sleep. So really, really interesting. I'm pleasantly surprised by these results. Blue light blocking essentials, blue light blocking glasses. They sent me them for free just to try and to give everyone my honest thoughts and feelings. So zero financial incentive from me. I got them as a freebie, and they said, hey, like, shoot some content, give us your honest thoughts. And being a little bit of a man of science, I couldn't just try them and give you my vibes. I had to actually try and test some data. But I'm pleasantly surprised. I was expecting a little bit of maybe nocebo or placebo effect, but you can't, it's very difficult to placebo yourself into really good sleep, because your sleep is your sleep, right? It's controlled unconsciously. So that part of it, I am really, really surprised about and really happy with. So I will be using these every night from now on, and when I run out of the nose strips, I will be ordering them again. But yeah, for full transparency, I haven't been given a penny. I don't have a discount code, so I also don't get any. There's no incentive for me to tell you it was so good, because I can't refer. I mean, you can go and buy the glasses from them if you want. You can buy the nose strips from them if you want, but I don't personally receive any financial incentive from that. So it really is just my honest opinion that this is a good strategy. If you are struggling with your sleep, particularly from what I can see, your sleep quality, this is a must. So, bit of a different video for me. No trading in this one, no going out to get coffee, but nonetheless, hopefully very insightful. And I will be continuing my sleep maxing project and I'll keep you updated on how it goes on future vlogs. Catch you in the next one.